Mic check. I woke up out my sleep, missed calls, I'm like, who calling me? This better not be by none of my exes, cause they been dogging me. I had to put a few on the block, cause they was stalking me. And right now I'm at peace, so I ain't with all of that arguing. Hello? Like who this is? They started scrambling for words, and I say, what's the deal? They say, I don't know if you heard, but they just shot Lanier. The police apprehended, say they got him in that field.
Like, do you feel like the community came together more, or you feel like it done actually separated?
I feel like the community definitely came together more, and I think the artists are actually evolving. The stage presence is getting better, their mic control is getting better. Like, the unity has been the biggest part. Like, a lot of artists have good music, but they don't vibe, so the shows don't really come together and clash like they should. So that's
really, bro. I see more people. Hold on.
God, it took you a long time to pick up the phone. Who this is?
Danny B.
Who you got with you?
With Mr. TriCounty.
And where y'all at, man?
Oh, I'm at the RapDen.
Pull up.
RapDen.
Let's go.
How y'all doing today?
Oh, we good, bro.
Man, listen, man. The RapDen welcomes the one and only TriCounty's Mr. Cory. I don't even know if I should say the last name. Should I say the
Come on with it.
Mother freaking. I'm gonna say mother freaking.
Yeah, you gotta say it. You gotta add a little.
We're gonna add a little.
Give me one of them sentence enhancers with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The one and only.
Come on.
Only.
The GOAT
Come on.
of independent artist show cases. Cory Thomas in the building. Man, listen, man. Man, the RapDen welcomes you, man. I see you brought company today, man. Who we got next to you today in the den?
Bro, you know I had to bring the veteran, you know what I'm saying? The man himself, Mr. Danny B, bro.
Thank you.
He running it, he got it, you know what I'm
Man,
saying? We do this, we do this.
Salute, man. I see you, bro, Danny B, man. And we welcome you to the RapDen, man. And for those that don't know, the RapDen is sponsored by Papo's Pop-Up Shop, who sends in a lot of the treats shipped in from the Ukraine, and they give us a lot of different little snacks and stuff to try out and stuff. It's also sponsored by Exotic Pop and 43rd White Chest Bleed CBDs and lotions, as we all know, and also Only Beats. So, man, listen, we is in here. Y'all already know what time it is. We got TriCounty Cory. We got my boy Danny B. Man, listen, man, how y'all doing today?
Hey, we good, bro.
Well.
Long day, but we making it.
How was the ride over, man? How was the ride over?
I was definitely the ride over was good. And it's gonna get better. It's gonna keep you riding.
I ain't been on university in a while, so I ain't know they had all them roadblocks and stuff. I was so confused. It was a police behind me and on the side.
Did you jump the speed bumps? You know they got new speed bumps over there.
Bro, there were two police, bro. I wouldn't jump. I wouldn't jump if they told me to.
I got a ticket on university, bro. They talking about some speeding, but how can you speed on university? That's like sightseeing. That's sightseeing. Like nobody speeds.
That's real, man. So listen, man, Cory, man, we got some good questions to ask, man. And you know we gonna get in.
Don't hurt me.
Even you got me
Don't
on
hurt
Danny
me.
B, so we gonna ask him a couple questions too. But before we get into it, I see both of y'all got y'all RapDen cups up there right now, and it is a tradition in the RapDen to pull up and catch a vibe. So, man, listen, right there to the left of me, the right of you, to the container right there, to the 6 o'clock shot jug. Go ahead and hit that blue knob right there. The left of me, the right of you, right there. Boom, the blue knob. The blue knob.
Stop playing.
So hit the blue knob right there.
Hit the whole thing.
Come on, man, hit the blue knob, man. And come on, man, we gonna pull up a little bit together, man. And it's cold too, man. You know, brother. It's cold too, brother. Man, look, we're gonna pour up, man.
I wanna know what that red knob do.
Don't hit the red knob now.
Not the red knob.
If you wanna be in here leaning, then don't hit that red knob.
I'm gonna tow everything.
Man, listen, man. Right now we is in straight up and down like 6 o'clock studios, man. We is getting ready to get it in, man. So listen, first and foremost, y'all ain't using no chaser.
It's really cold.
It's cold now. Y'all ain't using no chaser.
Yep, we finna chase that.
Okay, just to test the water and see if this thing cold for
like
real.
Test the water,
Man.
You know the car.
Y'all
Test the water.
Boy, I'm gonna have to use that one. I might need to let people originally. Where are you from?
Trenton, Florida.
Trenton, Florida. And what brought you to Gainesville?
Alright, so Trenton, Florida, aka Gilchrist County. And I was doing shows out there forever, man, but opportunity wise brought me to Gainesville. It's supposed to have been more opportunity in Gainesville as far as shows wise, growth, artists, everything. Cause you when you're in the country, bro, it really ain't that much going on. But everybody like united and everybody see each other every day. So that was a good part of it. But then coming to Gainesville, it was just like, alright, it's supposed to be more. That's what I told myself.
Right. I mean, did it fail you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Goddamn! Did it disappoint you? The Gainesville disappoint your brother?
Yes,
was it a land flowing with milk and honey?
But okay, put it like this though, bro. In the beginning, when I first started seeking out shows and seeing what the artist community was, the artist community wasn't intact like where I come from. So we got all 4 cities, you know what I'm saying? They got one place to go. It's a party. That's the only party. Right. Gainesville, there's like 17 parties. So it's like y'all all divided and stuff like that. So I got over and started seeking out shows and looking for artists. And it's like, okay, a couple over there, a couple over there, a couple over there. But why we ain't doing same building? It's like 3 shows in one night. Right. So that's what kind of threw me off in the beginning.
So what motivated you to start doing shows?
I tried to get in other people's shows and like be a part of them. And
like be a part of them in what way?
As far as like, let me help, let me bring you some. I got 10 artists that I've been rocking with, or let me help y'all. Like, I didn't want to do the average shows. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring the unity to it. So right. You know what? Let's do this different, because I remember I went to a show, bro, and they played beats for 2 hours, and I'm like, I'm gonna go home. Like 2 hours of beats.
Was anybody rapping though?
No, nobody was rapping. They were just playing beats, and it was just like nothing going on. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, bro, I had artists. Then I went to another show that ended in like an hour and a half, and I'm like, I told you I had artists we could have added to, and actually had a whole night. But you were like, nah. So that's what made me like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my own show. So that same night, I went from the bottom floor to upstairs and talked to the owner, and they're like, hey, I'll be to rent out the building. Like, what kind of deal you got going on with them?
But how would you know that? Because first off, now you got to think. It's a lot of promoters, artists, people, us, that have been through what you've been through, but didn't even know how or to go, man. Like me, for instance, before I started promoting, it's like I didn't know I could just go to the club and go to knock on this door. Hey, who was the manager of the club, or where the club owner at? Man, I want a night here. How much it take? Like, how would you even know to that? You see what I'm saying?
So like you said, I used to do shows in the country, so I was like the go-to person. So I already know how it's structured, how a show should go.
How did you get to do the shows in the country?
Okay, so I started out 2004. I started out managing a rap group, Gilchrist County Boys. So they had 3 songs, like, around the neighborhood, and I'm like, dang, these songs raw. Y'all got any more? And it was like, nah, that's it. That's a budget right there. So I'm like, all right, so if y'all had a budget, y'all can make more songs? And they was like, hell yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'll pay for the first mixtape. And then we started rocking out. We started making songs, and then we brought our first 5 songs back to the hood, and we played them like at a little block party. And they went crazy, and from then we had a smash hit. And we just kept on building on top of that.
So, for you to get into managing, there was some type of love for music. Okay. Was you a rapper at some point, or did you want to be a rapper low key and just was like, yeah, I can't rap, y'all? I'm just asking, like what? No, because you gotta understand, bro. For you to be in it like this, is some type of love for the music as well. Unless it was just money driven.
You right. And like you said, I used to do mixtapes. I used to do like, my cousin had the only good computer in the hood that had a bad line on it or whatever. So I like go to his house and I would put together mixtapes. So yeah, I always had a love for music. Yeah, like we would download them and put together, but I ain't want to put together cause I never liked the whole album. Never liked the whole album. So I would take the songs I liked and put them together on mixtape and put it in a certain order, like R&B mixtape or hardcore mixtape. So I always did that. So love for music came from that. Then I would rewrite songs, like do remix versions of songs. Okay. So I'm like, okay, my version of it like that.
Kind of like a DJ?
Kind of like more along the lines of DJ before anything. I was like more like that. And I would bring my some mixtapes and then play it in my car at the park. And everybody go crazy, like, oh, you got all them songs on it, okay.
So you were DJ Cory Thomas.
Okay.
okay.
And then it turned into like meeting some local artists. It was like 2 artists from the neighborhood that already did it. So it was like, okay, but it's like they fell off. But that was it.
Right.
And then these 2 cats came along and they was like, hey, we got this music, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen to it, and I'm like, damn, that's fire. So it's like you meet a celebrity right then and there. It's like, dang, it's like people actually making the music. I'm already on the other end of it, burning it and putting it on CDs, but they actually make the music and they're from here. So it's like, okay, cool. So let's
that
get
fueled
going.
you.
So yeah, that fueled me. So I guess I went from local DJ to manager. But I never did take the title of manager. I was like, I'm just here for the music. I just want y'all to create.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And whatever y'all got in y'all head, let's put it on wax. But it was early before YouTube and all that stuff, bro. So it was hard, like burn it, make it, put it out, and then it's just like you start in your neighborhood. So you gotta be popular in your neighborhood for next neighborhood. Okay. So we did that for about 2 mixtapes, and like I said, we had some neighborhood hood bangers out of that. And then we went into, okay, I want to do it. Oh, they did a first showcase, rocked it out, won first place. And I done made all this music, created all this music, and paid for all this music, and I'm at work. I didn't even get to go see the end product of what we got
What
going on.
you
Everybody's like,
invested
man,
in.
they killed the show. They got a big old trophy. It was a car show, and I'm like,
You supposed to been in.
I was supposed to have been there.
Would you, if looking back at that now, would you have took off of work?
Yeah, definitely, most
Or
definitely.
you still got the same job?
No, I had 3 jobs, bro. I had 3 jobs at that point, so it was just like that's all I knew was work.
So you was funding. You also was funding artists.
Exactly,
correct?
that's why I was funding that.
Why?
So, because, like I said, I wanted to see where this was gonna go, and like I said, we was already hot in the neighborhood, so it was like they want more, and we was like, I wanted more, so it was like, let's see what all we can do.
Was it like a high that you got?
Yeah,
to?
it definitely was. Like, bro, I had love for music, like I love music, and it was just like any and everything about the music. Let's do it. So I'm like,
why though?
Take us.
What fueled that passion?
It was just like I said, music. Like I used to watch 106 in Park. I used to watch the BET and all that stuff. It was just like, dang, music here. Music changed your whole mood. So it was like, yeah. But like I said, when it's local and they rapping about stuff that you in your neighborhood, places you know, and the people you know them, and everybody around the neighborhood, you can hear cars bumping your music. It's like that's a whole different level. That's the part that a lot of people get confused about, bro. Because I ain't never want nothing but to create music. Just create. Like I said, I never even claimed the title of day manager. I just like, I'm gonna pay for this project so you can actually make the project. And then showcases came about because the fact that I was at work and I couldn't even be a part of that. So I was like, you know what, if I can't go to the showcase, then I'll make my own. And I created my first showcase and I had them on it, and then I was like, okay, so I can't just do a show with just them. So I looked around the area and I was like, okay, there's a lot of artists I've been hearing about that's doing their thing, and a lot of other artists that I thought was on a whole different level. So I just reached out to everybody, and my first format was 10 artists. Like give them they showcase slots, 10 artists, and we just come together and rock out.
Did you charge them anything?
No, it was.
That was my next question.
In the beginning, bro, it was just come and have fun. Come and have fun, rock out. And
until you seen the value of your investment, that I gotta get some return.
It was to the
eventually.
point. It was to the point.
Eventually. It doesn't even make sense.
Like 3 shows later.
Just love here, man. Damn.
Because you gotta think about that. They was giving me what I wanted, and I was giving them what they wanted. But so 3 shows later, this is what came in the part. I remember I was working the door, bro, at my own show, working the door, and I'm like cleaning up. Working the door, not just making money, but cleaning up, working the door. And all the artists come and shaking my hand like, bro, I had a good time, And then when that dude came over there to get that money from me, and it's like, if I would have charged everybody in here $5, I wouldn't be spending $500 of my own money since they had such a great time. So I'm like, damn.
Something gotta make sense.
Something gotta give. I was
Even
spending
if
a lot
pennies
of
off the
money
dollar
for handshakes.
Even if I just make enough to cover this building, we all know now we all had a great time. Because now we in love. Because I'm doing it for love, but it's like we had a good time. Now we did.
I had a great time. I did lose. The people standing looking at me like the DJ and the venue owner is standing there looking at me like, all right, bro, what's up? Damn, 100-some people just left here. Alright, let's do it.
You got that money?
Yeah, so like I said, that was 3 shows later.
Okay. So go ahead.
No,
I ain't gonna cut you out. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, so from there, I was like, all right, so I just need to make enough to cover the bill. So that's why I changed the format up until it was like, all right, all I need is to cover the bill. So if y'all all want to be a part of this and y'all all want to come together, then y'all gonna all turn into investors. Y'all gonna invest in it, and I work for y'all. So therefore, it's y'all's show, but I run it to make sure it goes accordingly and ain't no favoritism. But at the same time, too, is you're buying into the show.
Right.
So when I started doing it like that, artists was like, "Oh, I have no problem paying this, that, and third, and doing that because you ain't got to do no work. I'm doing the promoting, I'm doing everything for you, making the flyers, everything. All you got to do is show up. I'm even getting your music, putting it in mixes for you.
Right.
All you got to do is show up.
Right.
So it was like, yeah, I have no problem doing that. So I was like, okay, cool. So I've never had a problem with artists paying to be on the show because it's like you're buying into the show. Right. You know, through all my groups and everything, y'all know what the bill is. Y'all know how many artists we gotta need to meet the bill and everything. So everybody getting paid. You have access to the DJ just like I got access to the DJ. You got access to the venue owner just like I got access to the venue owner. You got access to my whole network. It's about what you do with it. Right. Because you own that because you bought into that.
Right.
So that's what I started rocking.
So basically you pretty much gave them a blueprint to pretty much follow back, double back, do their own show, charge a little piece, and run it and get paid for their own show. Exactly. You pretty much set the blueprint up.
Exactly. And everybody's different, so they're gonna tweak it their own way. But at the same time too, you got it. What I didn't have access to. I started from the ground and just like, okay, I came up with a concept and just started running from that. And then like I said, it went from free to a small fee. And it's just like, okay, cool. But then when I started making some money from some shows, it was balancing out the shows that I lost on. And then when I was like, okay, I want to do a cypher contest, or I want to do something to where create another platform, or even start sending artists off to places.
Mm-hmm. So how did you come up with the name TriCounty?
All right, so I'm from Gilchrist County, and then just putting all the counties together. So my first show, I reached out to Dixie County, I reached out to Levy County, and then like I said, I'm from Gilchrist County. So 1, 2, 3, Tri-County. So the 3 became 1, and we had the greatest show ever. It's on YouTube, like I said, up on the Gilchrist County Boys Performance. And that show, we packed it out. We had over 200 people there. All cities came out and represented. Everybody showed up. Yep. And then the artists, each artist, what I noticed what was different from any other show, every artist that performed, they stayed. And they was on stage for the next artist. So by the time we got to the end, to the 10th artist, everybody was still in the building. And everybody was on stage rocking out and showing love to each other. And that's what made the story. That's what made it so different, bro.
Like, I remember one time you told me, you didn't even tell me. I think you put it in a song, and I asked you about it later. But you was like, put them on stage, give them all a bottle of hen. I forget what song. It's a hard verse.
That was on scene.
Yeah. So at that time, like what I got from was you were showing a lot of love to the artists, and like listening to it, I'm just like in my head, I'm piecing the both. Like both of y'all. It seemed like y'all had this moment in time where it just was like, I don't care about me, I just want to see you shine. And so that's kind of what I'm getting from it. Like,
but that's it though, because like when you can't do, you find somebody that can. I can't rap or sing and nothing like that, but I found somebody that can. And then when I went to my show,
they don't know how to put together the show.
Exactly. And you know, after I did my first show, bro, a dude named John Blaze, he was like the hottest in Chiefland. He came up to me, he was like, bro, you got something here. We need to take this on the road. And I didn't know what he was saying at that time because it was like my first show.
You saw earlier.
Yeah, this is my first show. Like, what you mean? But he had already been touring and doing everything. He was already blowing up. He had some great music. And I didn't even think I was going to be able to get him to be a part of my show. And he came out and he turned up and everybody just, each level just kept going up and up and up. And it was all talked about and everything. I was like, dang. But years later, when I finally did the tour, I was like, that's what he meant.
That's one thing I know, looking back now, when I was doing the promotions, I got hit up by different promoters in different cities that was like, man, you need to come here, bring the night here and let's network and promote. But I had got so comfortable with my night and till I didn't want to move it. I didn't want to move because then I didn't want me to move it there and it swing and then they keep the name there and still keep.
Right.
Because I didn't have it patented. I didn't have, trademark. I didn't know this type. So I wasn't knowledgeable a lot of stuff. So I was more. But if I did move around, it would have helped a lot more. You know what I mean? So I do admire that one thing about what he said about moving around, not being stagnant. Like once you get it popping, yeah, but the well gotta run dry. So you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
keep it moving.
Boom.
Because when you keep it moving, now when you double back over here, it's like, dang, we ain't seen you in so long, man. Come, yeah, we ready. Just like you said, when you know leave and pop back out, it's like boom.
But it's always cool not to move it early though. I feel like
Because you got ingredients, you know the work.
People who already know the work of it, you so early in it that you still building, but they already see what it can be. And so they want you to go there quick, but it's like, bro, if I go there quick, I'm not gonna be able to really prosper in that setting because I ain't even built a lead foundation. So
I haven't even fully learned.
Yeah.
And it might not even be my time.
That's another thing. Like
God might be saving me from this.
Chill out.
And I had to realize this, like, for real, boy, you feel me? It's real.
When I first started,
ain't no matter how good it is. If it ain't my time, it ain't my time.
It's not. And if I force it, boy, it's got to be coming from a different entity.
Yeah.
That I probably is gonna bite me in the afterward.
You know what?
I'm
So
saying?
I would say the people who come in and they see the value in what you're doing now and what it could be, I would say they should come not in the form of presenting an opportunity to be there right now, but an opportunity to learn from them, to say like, hey, let me show you what it can be and what you're doing now and what you're probably missing.
I respect.
And once you see it, we can.
Yeah, I respect him for actually telling me, because from that moment on, at least I was aware, because he told me I got something, but I ain't know what I had. So I was like, it took me years to figure out what I had, and then I was able to be like, okay, you're right. I don't want to just stay in Gainesville doing showcases. Everybody else doing showcases in Gainesville, and that's when I started changing my whole showcase format.
Did you see the expansion?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Like I said, moving outside of Gainesville and doing other different areas, I was able to start incorporating different artists. And then their city, they rap different. They actually got a different style. They actually popular over there. So each city had the same underground like artists that want work, artists that want to do something, but they none of them was united. Like none of them had unity.
Right.
None of them. So then I started bringing in a whole different vibe, and I started doing that by little. I remember looking back at a video of my first showcase and looking on the wall now, years later, I can see artists on the wall. I didn't even know they were artists. I'm reaching out for artists. Who were artists? Oh, they were just there spectating.
Right.
Now, years later, you were artists the whole time. Like,
Right. Just
what?
trying to see. So, out of all the artists that you work with, who is your most favorite artist?
I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite.
Somebody you work with that was like, I ain't gonna lie, you was messed up. It's nowhere about it. You was messed. It might not have been just favorite over everybody, but it's like, dang, it was one point in time, boy, I was all this.
Okay.
At one point in time, I was all this, boy. I supported everybody.
He gonna try, but I'm put it like this.
You know it. It's in the head.
I'm gonna put it like this though, bro. I started out working with a group, and then I went into a second group, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm done with working with just independent artists, solo artists, because the fact that there's a lot of great artists out here. Somebody great on this form, somebody great on that form. I thought I had me a raw rapper, and then a singer turned up that can sing and dance. So I was like, well, dang.
You kept getting surprised.
So I kept getting surprised. So I'm doing showcase, I'm promoting, so I'm seeing 30 artists at a time. So it's like, you raw. So remember what I said, how I brought together TriCounty. I grabbed all the raw artists in the area, because I've been hearing about you, I've been seeing about you, and I always wanted to work with you, because I respect talent. Same thing with the first group. I just want y'all to create.
Okay, now out of all these raw artists, what about the weak ones? Because there was some weak ones in there. But did you tell them? Did you have to keep it real with Cory? You was up there dancing to them people shit like P. Diddy. Like, I see you dancing in the video. We in the den. Let's take a sip, brothers.
Hey, for real.
Listen, did you?
It's always gonna be some artists that ain't got it, bro.
Did you tell them?
You can't tell them that they ain't got it. Wait, listen. You can't tell them they ain't got it, because in their realm or in their area or whatever, the people hyping them up, telling them that they got it.
So what do you tell them?
I tell them to keep working, bro, because your stage presence ain't there, or your music ain't there, your quality ain't there.
Okay,
so I can always advise you on what you need to work on. But I see them artists years later.
Pick it up.
I'm gonna see them years later and I'll be like, dang, bro, you came a long way. You came a long way.
I would add on that one. We need bad artists, because hold on.
You do.
Hey, look, all us been in music a long time.
You do.
You can't tell me your funniest moment.
Get it.
Hey, wait. You can't tell me you're on the ride car with your girl, you talking, you like, hey, ain't gonna lie. I don't know what bros out there doing.
Yeah.
You can't tell your funniest moments ain't come from the artists that ain't gonna need to call y'all back, but they wasn't there at all. You like I don't know how they listen back to that. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm gonna add on to that too, bro, because like you said, you do have artists that just kind of like it's like how they get here. Other artists like how they get here.
Right.
But at the same time too is, bro, the new artists bring more artists than the old artists because people so used to you performing that they done got tired of you and they don't even want to come out no more. But the new artist, he done brought 30 people with him because this is his first time, so everybody want to see him. So it's like that's why. My first, like I said, the first couple of shows, I handpicked those artists.
Okay,
so it's like I know y'all raw. I know y'all gonna bring crowd.
Now,
and then,
that's what I was gonna ask next. How did you handpick?
All right, so
and what did you get flack for favoritism?
All right, so I handpicked them artists because I knew they were raw in their areas. I didn't know of a lot of them. I just knew they were raw, so I handpicked them. But that show came together raw and great. But it was just one artist in there that I felt like he just wasn't there. And his brother vouched for him. He's like, man, that's my little brother, bro. Like, you gotta put him on. You gotta put him on.
He know who he is too now. Oh man, I knew what David told you about little brother.
Okay, but before we finish this, let me flip that. Alright, so let me
don't flip it.
Let me finish that though before y'all put your spotlight.
We in the den, man. We tell it, man. It's all love.
With that one artist, like I said, I just didn't feel like he was ready. He only had like 3 songs out. My first thing was you gotta have a whole mixtape.
Oh,
because I know you really
so
do
he
this.
jumped the gun.
So he only had 3 songs out. So I'm like, yeah, he jumped the gun. But I'm like, I needed a 10th. I only got 9. I need a 10th. But it's like I passed. Then his brother vouched, and I doubled back, and I was like, let's try it. Alright, so I tried. Bro got in there, did his thing, turned up, crowd went crazy, and I was like, damn. I felt bad. Cause I was like, I really was gonna pass on him.
So he broke the requirement.
He broke the requirement because I guess it don't matter how long you've been doing this shit. Good music is good music. And who am I to say if you got it or not? It's up to the crowd because I would have never saw that happening, bro.
So, the world want to know who the hell is Cory and Monica Thomas? And why the hell Monica ain't been seen yet? This is what the world want to know. Listen, I got inboxed this question. So listen. Oh, Cory on there asking this. I said, okay, I got you. We in the den.
Hey, so what you just asked me, like when I moved TriCounty to Gainesville?
We in the den. Okay, so back on topic.
What is liquor hitting?
So listen, back on topic. That's why we in the den. So back on topic. What made you start doing award shows? But before you answer that.
Alright, so to answer your first question, bro.
Alright, go ahead. What made you start doing
To answer your first question, bro, same reason that nobody know nothing about Monica Thomas.
Okay, we're gonna go back to mine.
It's the same reason that nobody knew nothing about my kids. Because that right part of me is private as hell.
That's real.
That don't never cross with the music industry.
Okay, that's real. But the music industry wanted to cross. They want to cross somewhere.
No, the answer is none of your business.
Okay, y'all heard it here today.
Because now, in the beginning, that's what I started with. But now my profile page say Cory Thomas.
I noticed a change, brother.
Danny. Now my profile page say Cory Thomas.
Okay, then. Okay. So look.
Okay.
Now that we got that out of the
I
way.
got that Cory Monica Thomas.
So listen, for the inquiring mind, you heard it here. I didn't make that question up either. So look, what made you start doing award shows, and how did it affect you when the winner stats, everybody could see them and could vote multiple times on multiple artists?
He did it home.
and everybody was kind of in their feelings. How does man? I always do. We in the den, brother.
I'm trying to
got
tell
some
you.
questions for you, man.
So bad. So like I said, we went from doing showcases, and I wanted to start building on the showcases. So I started adding stuff to it, like remixes. Yep. I started adding ciphers to it. Yep. I started adding mic checks, because a lot of showcases you don't get no mic checks. And then I started adding artist mashups to it. And then I started doing showcases for the artists. So they were like, bro, if your music would be better presented if you actually put it in a showcase form. So I started creating my shows completely different from everybody else, so that the artists can come in and vibe. Because if I'm working for you and you done paid to be a part of the show, I got to deliver a good show. Alright, so from there we went into touring. I was like, I gotta get out of this Gainesville mode. I gotta get out of this in the city mode and start branching out and bringing artists from other areas to the city.
We collab with different cities.
That was before that, when we did the first tour. So I went I went back to my hometown before starting the tour in Chiefland. Then I went from Chiefland to Ocala. So what I did, I mapped out all like around in circles. So Gainesville is the center. The first circle, 30 minutes out, is like Ocala, Lake City, Palaca, and Chiefland. Second ring out is Jacksonville,
so like an hour to 2 hours,
Tallahassee, and Tampa. Yeah. So that's how I did it, because I ain't never want to go outside Florida, because I've seen people perform in Florida, then perform way over here. Your crowd not going to follow you. Yeah. But if we just jump from city to city, your crowd going to follow you. You're going to build up a buzz in the Florida area. And then if I got 30 artists from each show yelling TriCounty, they all up under one brand, one umbrella, so people are like, damn, something going on here. So that's what the mindset of the tour was. So I did the tour. After the tour, I came off of that, and I was like, all right, what else I want to do? So I'm like, shit, what have I not done yet that's on my to-do list? And I'm like, music summit, 3-day music summit. Okay, let's do it. 3-day music summit. I booked that and did that to the point where it was like, okay, if I would have booked it better, knew better, I booked 2 DJs, one inside, one outside. I booked over 60 artists per day. But I really relied on the artists to come through, and that's what I messed up at, because it's like, alright, I don't normally do it like this, but this is 3 days. I need comedy, I need models, I need all kind of stuff, because it was like my way of getting into different brands. Like, I need modeling. Never did modeling before, but I know somebody that do modeling, so incorporate them. I know somebody that do comedy, incorporate them. So therefore, okay, we can build this show together. But now looking back on it, I learned a lot and I gained a lot from it. But lost a lot of money, because it did not work out at all like I was playing. And then moving on after that, I was like, okay, so I've done a tour, I've done showcases. What can I do after this that nobody doing? I remember Go Hard. Go Hard.
I was just finna ask you, did Go Hard and the Tara J inspired this?
Go Hard did.
That was my next question.
And I'm like, I ain't never did no award show. I don't even have, I got enough artists to do an award show. I got a catalog to do the award show. What am I gonna base it on though? I'm gonna base it on the tour. So the 10-city tour. That way artists can't feel like they left out because you wasn't there. So therefore it's like, yeah, you right, I wasn't there. So okay, cool. So I based it on the first show, award show on the tour. So that's why a lot of people didn't. Look in the camera again. If you ask me, a lot of people did not make the first award show because you did not sign up to be on the tour. I invited a lot of people, but a lot of people don't respond. So okay, so the first award show was based off the tour. Everybody I met on the tour, the DJs, the artists, the producers, the venues, everything. Alright, so from that award show, we doubled back on, I didn't want to do a tour again, so I was like, okay, how can I get all of them to come to Gainesville?
Because we went to them first.
We went to them first. So I reached out to the promoters that I work with, because I ain't going to come to your city and not work with whoever already doing it in your city. So I said, I reached out to them, and I was like, okay, now y'all can come to my city, and let's do it like that. So I ain't got to double back. So second award show, I based that one off of everybody I've ever worked with. So I opened that one up to the entire Tri-County from day one, my first award showcase. And then I added all the old names into it. I don't know if they've been doing it no more. Everybody I ever worked with. So it's like, okay, I remember y'all.
But you get
flowers to everybody. That's what I'm saying. I remember y'all. So they was like, dang, my name on there. Like, bro, I remember everybody I worked with. Everybody I worked with.
I'm gonna say, like, it was artists. That first one we had, Two Raw made the she made the website or whatnot where you could vote, but she made it where it was like every time you voted, you would see how many votes.
That's what I was gonna ask, and that made a lot of people mad and feel like it was unfair.
It made
I heard all type of.
It made a lot of people mad because it's the fact that it showed you how popular you really was.
But they said also that which is true that you could vote multiple. Like I could go in there and vote multiple
Wait,
times.
all right, so let me fix that.
Because at first that bit was looking crazy.
Yeah.
They were running themselves off.
It was 2 in the morning. Going crazy. Bro.
He got his girlfriend and all his homeboys. He go hit that up like that. Look, you like.
Hey, bro. Wait. No. I had artists hit me up saying, when I fixed it though, everybody was hitting me up saying, oh, so people vote multiple times? Nigga, I see you on here with 50 votes for your damn self from the same phone. But yeah, so how I fixed that was because, like I said, I opened it up. I wanted to be able to see it. So, but then I found out that yes, they can vote multiple times. So, but it's a button on there that I can go and cancel it out to one per device.
One per person, yeah.
So I let them keep on thinking that they were voting. But on my end, I had already pushed the button. So the second week, they couldn't see the results. So it gave them like they was happy the first week because it's like, oh yeah, I'm winning. Then the second week, I took all that away. And
what was learned from that?
It was learned from that. Don't let them see the progress.
Just let it run up and down the end. You know what? When I did this, I did one previously on what cycle was that? That was the second one.
Yeah, second year.
I did the same thing, and I learned right then you can't. You gotta just let them see the after result. They had the polls out there. Don't let nobody see who in the top until it's all over, and then boom. Now here go the stats. Here we go.
And what I did from that is the second year I didn't let them see nothing. They were working harder because they couldn't see, so they didn't know. They were like, bro, am I winning? Bro, I can't tell you none of that, bro. Like, you end up keep going hard. But some people went hard in the beginning and slacked off because they thought they had it. And then some people went hard in the second half. Yeah. So it's like, bro, if you would have kept going hard, you want to. But I did it like that because I know how artists promote themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, they put out a song and they promote it for a week and they done. They walk away from it. Right. But it's like this. If you want to win, you got to put in the work. You got to tap into every resource, every showcase you ever been to, every artist you ever met, every fan base you have. You have to tap in and see who's gonna win. Mm-hmm. So when I did like that, I was like, okay, cool. So within the last day or two or whatever, when it was over, I deleted all the extra nominations until it left the top.
Doing these shows, what's been the wildest thing that happened at the show that you done witnessed?
I got knocked out, bro. Like,
that's
the wildest thing.
You're fucking lying. Now guess what I was gonna ask you?
I got knocked out.
Now what about the artists that wanted to slide you for not letting them perform?
With it being said though, bro, like the wildest thing ever happened, and it's the craziest thing that happened because it's the fact that that's the exact thing I never wanted to happen. Because I'm like,
was it over a performance? Was it over a performance?
Hold on, oh bro, last show.
You was there?
I already went on stage. I already went on stage and told everybody this is my last show.
Why did he do it to you?
Because it was a misunderstanding, bro. I've always ran the group chats in a certain way, bro.
He thought you were crazy.
But no, I already ran them in a certain way that everybody knows exactly what's going on. But this show, bro, I feel like I slacked off. I feel like I slacked off, bro. And I had to change the communication of the group. And it wasn't paying attention. So when he got there, oh yeah, bro, I'm supposed to get this, I'm supposed to get that. We never confirmed none of that. So it's like, oh well, bro, and that's why I said I've seen promoters in this spot before, bro. And it's like, come on outside and holler at me.
And you went outside?
By my goddamn self.
Why you went out there?
Because I never thought this person would hit me. Because I've done so much for you.
Look, when you smiled when you went out, like, what's up, bro? But you also like, I don't know what's going on.
Bro, I was telling you, but bro, I've always made it work for them, bro. I've always made it work. Like, we fucked up.
Was he on drugs that night on that liquor?
I don't think so, bro. I think it was one of them things where I gotta do something because I brought people with me. I gotta do something. And I'm talking.
He was young.
I'm talking to you people, bro, and they like, I'm showing them the messages, bro. And they looking at me, looking at you. They looking at me, looking at you like, he got the messages. I'm showing the messages. I'm talking to people at the door.
Was you getting slick?
I turned, bro.
Was you getting promoter slick?
Hell no.
Hey, look, nigga, I'm showing you this, nigga. Look.
You telling me I did that? But I turned, bro. And I'm like, all right, so we all good in agreement and everything. Like, I turned, and before I know it, boom. Yes, Lazarus. I hear Lazarus. Shit.
get up,
I hear Lazarus arise.
Damn, what at that moment? What was? Because at first I think you got to regroup when you wake up. Like, what happened?
You got to regroup, bro.
Did he hit me or something?
And you know what, bro? I have been drinking.
Did little Trey just hit me from Southside?
Hey, I've been on TriCounty Punch all night, so I'm 3 cups in. So by the time I get up and off the floor, bro, I'm in my own blood in my brand new TriCounty tracksuit, bro.
Oh no, man!
I got blood all over me, and I get up off the floor and I go right back to work. I'm like, all right, so what we doing?
That night, that night,
I didn't feel a thing, bro.
we had High Dive had.
I'm crying over here behind this camera, y'all.
And they made a drink called TriCounty Punch.
TriCounty Punch, and I'm fucking it up.
And then just so happened tonight that TriCounty got punched.
You stupid! I didn't even think about that.
Damn, man. What? All right, Corey. What?
I had 3 of them.
Oh my God, bro.
Take it up to the face. Oh shit.
I'm fucking dead.
Oh man.
But what lesson did you learn from that?
Bro, I learned communication is key, bro.
It is.
Like I said,
and never go back outside. If a nigga say you come outside, do not do it. You're like, no, bro, talk right here.
Yeah,
this shit crucial.
Because you ain't got no friends in this shit, bro. You ain't got no friends in this shit,
Wait, that's the most valuable thing. No matter what you do for an artist,
you ain't got no friends in this shit.
I'm telling you, because the moment that
the moment you say no, the moment that they misunderstand, bro, you the bad guy.
You is the op.
Like I said, I run 60 shows perfectly, bro. 60 shows perfectly. And the moment I'm like, I'm done, I'm tired, I don't want to do it no more, is the moment I get knocked the fuck out.
Damn it, man.
And I took that and I ran with it, bro, because I'm like, okay, well, if that's my scapegoat, that's my scapegoat. I ain't gonna address it on social media. I ain't gonna say shit about it. Me and him already done squashed it that same night.
That's
so
real.
I'm like, bro, it's cool, whatever. We can go to war about it.
He don't get no cool points.
Or we can just say fuck it.
He ain't
get no cool points, but I'm saying it's cool because like, bro, I done elevated.
Miscommunication, that's you're wrong.
And I done elevated, and everybody in the group chat know, and you done been blackballed and all that because no one want to work with you. But at the same time, too, bro, I got kids, you got kids, so let's not be stupid about it.
Right.
It is what it is. If gonna call it a night, and don't call my phone no more, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, I ain't feeling shit, I don't remember shit. The Lord working mysterious ways. I don't remember none of it.
Right.
All I know is when I land getting stitches and I look at my phone, I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, we good.
Ain't gonna lie, third person. That night, me, Florida Jews, and there was one more person, a Clutch.
Mm-hmm.
We pretty much had a set together. So before this, or like while this was happening, we went outside in my car just to like listen to our songs and get right. And bro, we get out the car and Candyman walk up to me. He like we walking back inside the venue. He like, hey bro, such and such just knocked Cory out.
Man,
bro, we like, I'm like, man, stop playing.
I'm like,
it don't even sound real. Like
this shit gotta be a lie.
Stop playing.
Oh,
He like, nah, bro, I'm serious. So I'm like, all right, Cam, whatever. We take about 2-3 more steps. I look to the right. Cory sitting down there, about 3 people around him, bro. It blood. I'm like,
I'm telling them to get back to work and go back to the show. And they're like, nah, you need stitches.
like, yeah, you got.
I'm
you
like,
gotta go to the
I don't
hospital,
feel
bro.
shit. Like, what I need stitches for? Cause it was a ring that caught my teeth. That was it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, I'm good. Like, let's just run the show and finish the night. So we already behind. I ain't never been behind.
When bro got hit, it was a bench behind him where he was standing at. So when he got hit, he fell, like the bench like clipped his feet.
Oh, yeah.
So he fell back, he hit his head.
Oh, damn.
So it was like we can't,
We gotta be careful, boy, because that one thing man.
It's funny now, but it wasn't.
Right. Now we laughing, but
what made me mad, bro? But what I gotta respect the fact that everybody was like, we ain't doing shit. Fuck this show. And I'm like, nah, y'all like, finish the show.
Right, but they
were like, man, fuck this show. They ain't saying no more. Everybody was just like, we ain't doing this shit no more. It's done. The show over.
So
I took over that night.
That's real, man. And in life, man, how do you and did you find balance between working and having to be on the scene?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, before I did everything myself, because I ain't want things to go wrong or things not be what it was, because I know I'm gonna deliver. So it was the fact that one show, it was like I was doing shows back to back, like for 6 months, every 2 weeks. And I remember I was getting ready for a show, and my daughter was like, another show? Again? And I was like, damn.
She hit you with that one?
Yeah, she hit me with that one, bro. And I was like, damn, you right. Because I have been going to a lot of shows. So I'm like, Yeah, okay, yeah. Because kids only gonna be young once, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to slow down and stay home a little bit, and you know what I'm saying, make sure everything good here. So that's what I started doing. So that's why I disappeared, and that's why I was like, I was already getting to that point, bro. I had already told Danny a year before that, like, bro, I'm finna stop. I'm done.
You said it was your
like,
daughter?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, daughter, I'll do it to you.
And I was like, I'm done, bro. Like, y'all can take over. Y'all got it from here. Y'all got my format. Y'all know how to do the shows.
Right.
But it was just like, all right, I just need to finish out these contracts that I got going on, bro. I got these 6 months with this venue. I got this, that, and third. So I'm like, let me just, once I'm done, I'm out of here. I'm gone. So on that night, like I said, that was when I was on stage. I told everybody, I'm done. Like, I'm good. I'm done. But like I said, so a lot of people took it around with, like, oh, he got knocked out. He's getting on the shows no more. I'm like, nah, that's what y'all want to hear. That's what y'all want to hear. But I already said I was done.
And to clear the record, 2020? The end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we did a show at Swamp City, me and friend. And Cory called me, Khalil, Key, to the Applebee's right down the road. Like, we on the same road, the Applebee's nearby. And he paid for the meal and pretty much just said, bro, I want to, you know, like, I saw you did the show. You pretty much got the format down. And Cory had already showed me the format years back. And he said, man, I'm thinking about retiring, and so I want to pass it on. And it was just like, we heard it, but because we got so much love for him, and we love TriCounty, we was like, nah,
you can't quit. You can't quit.
Man, the man tweaking tonight.
Yeah, like he tweaking. Like he called us, and we basically told him like, nah, you can't. And so it kind of put him in a position to where like it made him go a whole nother year. And so bro went the whole year. But it was a dope year because this year wasn't like no other year.
Yeah,
Cory
exactly.
was like,
I maxed it out, bro.
He did a women's showcase. He had like Orlando,
every different city showcase. I did a music summit. I did everything like just to max it out, to clean it up and go back.
The group showcase. Where, like, you couldn't even sign up unless you was a group. It was like he basically tried all these different ideas and maxed out, and then next thing you know, he got to the last one, and then by that time, I think that the Tri-County set was ready to, okay, maybe we can go after this. But he really like expanded his ideas and just used everything. It was nothing but, love.
And then I seen artists coming out of that that became promoters. I seen artists come out of that, they were using my format and everything. I'll come out their show like, good show, bro. I do it. And it was good to be able to go to showcase and see other people doing the showcase. And you ain't got to worry about what's going on here, what's going on there, making sure it makes sense. But what they didn't understand about it is, them losses at the end of the night.
Right, the millions.
Yeah, it's like, it costs money, bro. Like, it's like, you can show love to so many artists, but at the end of the day, if you're not making money, you can't do what I did and go years, back to back to back. So it's like, on the back end, it's like, you raw and you this and that, but they don't accept raw as a form of payment.
Right. Man, how you feel about the promotional world here in Gainesville, Florida?
I think the promotional, like, parts of it should be promoted better. Every show should be promoted better. They should actually understand that you are responsible for the show and artists as well. But as far as the promoter wise, it's like you got to go all in. You got to do what you need to do to make sure you got a successful show. And you got to make sure you're getting artists that actually know exactly what's going on and handling their music better. Because like I said, I took that aspect of sending music to me. Because I'm not going to have 20 people around my DJ be like, hey, my song next. So there's no order to the show. So I seen that and I was like, I'm not doing that either. So it was a lot of stuff that I seen beforehand. So I was like, I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to do that. So I can get a lot more done and the show flows smoothly.
Right. So since you've been in this business, it's been what? How many years now? Right?
15.
A minute.
2004.
What has been one of your since 2004? What has been one of your most biggest and memorable accomplishments?
Award show. Like, I never thought I'd do an award show, but like I said, I remember, like I said, Go Hard Awards. I looked around the area, it wasn't many award shows. I looked at who did it before me and how can I surpass that. I saw the Go Hard Awards. I saw the Diamond Awards in Jacksonville that they were doing it. I went to his award show And,
I won one of them.
Yeah,
That was a hard one.
Brick Studios too.
Brick Studios did an award show. I went to his award show, and that thing was off the chain. So I was like, okay, boy, I got a lot to top. So how can I do this? How can I do that? Where can I do it at? And everything just started flowing together. And then I remember I worked with Slick and a modeling show. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me go through that and make sure she can decorate for me. So my first award show came together on point. Everybody showed up that I expected to show up. Everybody did their job. I had 3 people blogging the show. I had cameras everywhere. It was so on point that I was like, dang, it's really come together. The voting aspect of it, I really didn't get like that. I went on Jerk Jerkin's radio show because the fact that what he was saying earlier, people can see the votes and then they thought it was like this or that. So I went on there and cleaned that up. And it was just like, by the time the winners was posted, and the next day, you know how you get that hate from the internet the next day? I never got any of that. Not one, not two. Never got none of that. Because it's the fact that you wasn't there.
Right.
And the voting was based on their fan base. So it wasn't me picking my favorite. It was like, do you have a fan base or not? Are you even trying to win or not? So it's like, you actually got to try and tap in. And if you're popular, it's gonna run fast. If you like, you know what I'm saying, work artist but you ain't got no buzz, you gotta work for it. So it gave you something to put in your hands and run with. And the first award show, the nominations and actual winners came out, I was satisfied with it because I was like, yeah, I can agree with that. And then same way it came out the second year, I said I can agree with that. Because it's like, that's not bad. Like, they actually got a fan base. They actually working. And when you look up the people that won, you see that, yeah, they're actually doing more than me. Or it's just like, I lost by a little bit. So it's like, okay, I'll work on that next year. But if you don't promote, you're not going to win. But I say that. But then again, this man turned around and won Manager of the Year. And
I mean, but I'm different. Y'all know how hard I go and promote that? Boy.
Hey, but why though? It shows you that you didn't even know you was even nominated in a category. And it just shows you that, it's just like, I remember everybody I worked with. And it's just the fact that your name and your brand showed up and everybody recognized it and they voted for it. So it wasn't multiple votes, it wasn't unfair, it wasn't fake views. No, it was actual people that fucked with you because you've been putting in work.
It was, and that showed me. Oh, my bad, go ahead.
Off the air, before we started this interview, old boy came in here and said, "Hey, Whitey, man, I ran." He didn't know the dude. He couldn't remember his name. He said, "I ran into somebody who said pretty much you changed their life. You know, you introduced them to certain things, speaking musically in this world, and man, you really changed them for the better, and they've been running with it ever since." And so, like, just what bruh's saying, like, it's people out there. And Whitey was like, "Hey, man, thank you to whoever that was," but it's like it's people out there that, even if you don't know that you in the nominations, they remember what you did.
And that showed me myself too that it wasn't buffoonery, because I see a lot of, bots, a lot of buffoonery, a lot of
award shows that based on favoritism.
Yes.
Like I said, the Go Hard Awards, I was there, I looked at it.
It was based on favoritism.
But it's like,
we're gonna keep it real.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. That was like,
then they got mad at me
I knew it
my
was
little shirt and my little outfit.
I knew it was favoritism, bro, because I was there.
I was a different whitey back then.
And I'm involved in the community. I know
I should have won. What? How?
But that's why I opened it up to the public, bro, because I'm like, okay, let them vote on who's the best, and then I'm gonna narrow it down by, TriCounty involvement, who's actually involved in TriCounty. You know what I'm saying? As far as what your fan base looks like and how involved you are in your own talent, and then from there it's fan votes. So you got 3 categories to actually win. So you gotta go through. So just because you won votes don't mean you won.
Right.
Because it's like, was you even involved?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then
how was your participation? How was your
participation?
Not even that. Was you consistent through this whole term too? Because everything count now. It ain't just them votes now.
It ain't just them votes. So a lot of people like, well, I should have won. I know I'm popular. I know, but I didn't get votes. You got votes. You could have won votes. But then again, TriCounty involvement. Was you even involved in any of the show? Did you come out? But then again, not only that was just one. Now the last one is your involvement in yourself. Right. What's your fan base look like? What's your network look like? What's your catalog look like?
Right.
Okay, so now I narrowed it down to the top 3, but now I'm going through each catalog. You only got 3 songs out. This person got 20-something songs out. Okay, that person winning off of that.
Right.
As far as TriCounty involvement, I see you at 2 or 3 shows. I got the whole list of everybody that come to the shows. You got 10 shows. This person only got 2 shows.
Right.
So like I said, I didn't just leave it on votes. I didn't just leave it there. It was more to it than that. So that's why I say when it came out to winners, I'm like, I can agree with that. And it wasn't the same winner in every category.
Right.
It was different people every category. Because it's like, okay, this is what they're saying you should win. This is what, no matter what you want, this is what they're saying you deserve.
Right.
So it's like, okay, boom. Then the second year came around and it was like, okay, we're going to use the same format, but I'm not going to let them see their votes. They're going to see their progress. Let's see if they're going to actually go hard for 2 weeks straight. That's why I don't make it a month long. I make it 2 weeks long. Because like I said, somebody up the first week, somebody up the second week.
Right.
But if somebody consistent the entire week, or if somebody's really good and they don't promote at all, so the people that hit me up in my inbox, this is go for you. If you're really good at what you do and you don't promote at all, then yes, the person that's actually promoting and going hard and tapping in with their fan base, they're gonna surpass you.
Yep.
Because they're active. Because you think you should just get it off of your name alone, your brand alone. But your brand don't surpass Gainesville. These people been on all the tours. They done shook hands, met people, and all kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah, you think you're best or you hot in this city. But now they done met people outside of this city. So therefore they surpass you. And you don't feel good like they on your level as far as a photographer or as far as a DJ, as far as an engineer. But their network is like bigger than yours.
Hard work beat talent.
Every time.
Yeah.
Because you got to be out here grinding. You got to be out here shaking hands. And that's why I tell everybody, it's like, you want me to just tell people about you versus you out here meeting these people.
Right.
So it's like, it's a difference. It's because it's hit hard. So I go to showcases and I shake hands and I meet people and I add them to my catalog because it's like, okay, I know you got to actually be there. You got to actually know who that person is face to face. Versus somebody telling you about them or just plug me in. It don't work like that. You gotta show up.
Okay.
So that's why them award shows came in, and that's why I like doing them because it shows recognition. Artists don't get the recognition they deserve because it's like y'all are already got $1 million talent. Y'all just ain't got the person that's investing $1 million.
What's next for TriCounty, man? Cause we heard he retired, and we looked up on Facebook and seen the nigga got 100 shows tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out. What is really next for TriCounty, man,
right,
and
bro,
the whole...
So my original plan was, bro, like I said, I was gonna go ghost for a whole year, chill, relax, and see how I felt about music after that. So I came back. So I came back the next year, and I did the award show because I wanted to keep that going.
Yeah.
And then I drew up plans for a tour. You know what I'm saying? To hit the cities again. Still trying to stay retired. Took a year off. I did the award show in December. That was the one for that year. I did nothing all that year. And then this year I'm working on an award show, but to base it on, since I ain't doing shows, I wanted to base it on Artist of the Year. So I want to do DJ of the Year, that's actually active this year. I want to do Artist of the Year, so I wanted to base this show on of the year. I had planned, like I said, I planned a tour, but I just didn't want to do it. And then I had planned on doing a show every 3 months, so that's 4 shows a year. But I did kind of missed the first 2, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that either. So right now I'm just sticking with like how I started. Like I started with TriCounty Music Jam every year. So now instead of TriCounty Music Jam, I'm just doing an award show every year. But I'm trying to make sure I'm active in shows to where I can actually build up a core of artists so that I can actually reward. And I ain't want to just be TriCounty artists. Now I link out to artists, promoters that I work with throughout the years, and because they're still active. So it's like, okay, how many artists you can send me my way? What they good at? This, that, and third. On Facebook, I post teasers as far as drop a YouTube video, what artist you want to nominate, stuff like that. So I do that. But as far as music wise go, though, I don't really know if I'm gonna get back into the scene. But like I said, so once you done pretty much everything you want to do in the music industry, and every idea that ever came to your mind is just like, okay, from there, what do I do next? Do I do it all over again? Or do I kind of just sit back and kind of just see what's going on and just kind of like jump out every once in a while? So that's where I'm at now. Like I said, I go to shows, I check them out, see what's going on. If I come up with a sparking idea or something like that, then we can find me at, man, at TriCounty Entertainment on everything. TriCounty Music Jam on Facebook. That Dope CEO on the 21st in Jacksonville. Showcase coming up, so make sure y'all lock in.
Okay. Okay, what about you, Daddy? You got any shows coming up in social media we can follow you at and see what's going?
Social media, man, my personal, y'all can follow me at Danny B. Hodges Jr. on Facebook, DBH_Jr. on Instagram. Other than that, man, I do have a platform called Snap On Site. We do virtual music showcases. Any artist looking to get their music played, follow us at Snap On Site. across the whole board.
Can you spell it?
Yeah. SNAP ONSITE. And yeah, it should be a red, black, and white logo. You gonna see it.
Okay, bet, man. And before concluding, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. In the rap den, we have a on the spot freestyle segment where we pretty much drop a beat and we see if you got bars. I think Cory got you here as reinforcements because he ain't got no damn bars.
I ain't got no bar, but I know somebody that do.
If you ain't scared, I'm gonna drop a beat real quick, man. This is from a local producer. As soon as I play this right here, we're gonna see who it's from, and let's go ahead and give a couple bars, man, and see, you know, on the spot right now. This is the on the spot segment right here in the rap den. Let's go.
Hey, on the spot, I'm coming out the top. They say where I'm from, I told them trailer park. I'm from the block. What a place you still stop time, but you been out ever stop. Police come, you know we ducking, hit the fence, run from the cops. Selling rocks and selling weed, that's all them youngins they need. Selling wet, selling blocks, they'll make them youngins bleed. Slide up on that boy corner, blood all up on the sleeve. They gon' leave him right now. I tell you, boy, police, they gon' leave. It's crazy. See where I'm from, the boy goes on. So I had done came to Gainesville, but now I tell them where I'm from. I've been going extra hard because I came straight from the month. One of them boys don't get no say them boys don't get no I've been balling like the Bucks, I ball like the NBA. They say where you been, I said don't worry about the way I play. I've been balling in the gym, I've been training for this moment. I done been through so much things, I know one day I'm finna own it. Hey, shout out to my home, to my mama on my grill. I done told them where I do and I done told them how I live. I can show them about TriCounty, I can show them about Muck City. Don't even tell me too much, boy. I say I'm gonna show you about my city.
Alright, man, listen, on the spot freestyle segment. Y'all heard him gas that only beats, man. Shout out my boy Free for that beat too, man.
Shout out B, shout out Charlie, shout out Michael, man. Shout out the whole team.
Yeah, y'all hear Danny B. If you want some more Danny B, y'all heard where to follow him at, so make sure you follow him. And he ain't cuss one time. That's crazy. In conclusion, man, the rap den appreciate the whole vibe that we just got today from you, Danny, and from you, TriCounty, man. We look forward to for the next upcoming. Like I said, this segment was sponsored by Only Beats, Exotic Pop, Papo's Pop-Up Shop, 43rd White Chesapeake CBDs and lotions. And man, we can't wait to tap in with y'all, man, the next year, 6 months.
Alright, gotcha.
What's happening with you, boy? Hey, appreciate you. We out this bitch. TriCounty Entertainment and my boy Danny B. Have a good night.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Alright, cut.
Okay, cut.
Bloopers!
You gotta get that money though, bro.
We got food out there.
Go right down. Fuck!